What a feature Tim is here. Now here's my opening set streaming segment where I talk about the films that are coming out this week with the tiers, streaming, etc. Alright. Now not really many big ones coming out this week because lots of them got scared by Taylor Swift. And that is what's coming out this week. We got Taylor Swift The Eras Tour, which is a cultural phenomenon continues as pop icon Taylor Swift performs hit songs in once in a lifetime concert experience. And now I'm probably not gonna see it this week because I'm probably gonna wait till it dies down. Might watch it the following. But I'm actually intrigued to see this. I mean, I like Taylor Swift. I've always been a fan of her for years, so I think this could be intriguing to see. And of course, Beyonce had a concert film coming out in December and all, and they're already saying that this Eric's concert could literally be the number one film in this week's box office. So hence why X just moved up. Um, the likes of a Meg Ryan film got delayed. Uh, Hilary Swank got scared of Taylor Swift. So yeah, this is gonna be something pretty huge. So yeah, they're already selling out and everything. So should be interesting to see. And we also got a couple of horror stuff coming to streaming. First up on Netflix, we got this movie called The Conference, a team building conference for employees turns into a nightmare when accusations of corruption begins to circulate and flood the world environment. And there's also like a kill on loose here. So this is pretty much like a slasher film here. I mean, it looks like to be really intriguing. I always love a good new slasher film. Netflix has done some pretty decent slasher stuff before. Not really like the Fear Street movies. I'm one of the rare folks who did not mind the Texas Chainsaw Massacre last year, so I'm intrigued to see this one when it premieres. Alright. On Hulu, I actually just saw this one, and it's a movie called The Mill, which stars Lil Rel Howery, who, from Get Out fame. And in it, Lil Rel Howery plays a white-collar businessman who mysteriously wakes up in an open air prison cell containing only an old grist mill, forced to work as a beast of burden to stay alive. He must find a way to escape before the birth of his child. And to be honest, I did the trailer decent. It's not that great a film. I mean, Lil Rel Howery's decent, but the movie doesn't really it's a little boring to be honest. Yeah, there's it is very confusing here. So yeah, it's a shame too because I do like Lil Howery. I think he's great in comedy. He was great in Get Out, but yeah, between this and Vacation Friends 2, not the best couple of movies for him. So yeah, very disappointing. So anyway, on Shudder we got The Puppet Man. A convicted killer on death row maintains his innocence. His daughter suspects there is truth to her father's claim when her loved ones begin to die in brutal ways. And this looks like it'd be really intriguing to check out. I mean, another slasher based film. Shudder has made some really decent stuff too, so hopefully this could be intriguing. Alright, now we got a couple of stuff coming to Amazon. We got The Burial, directed by Nova Tate director Maggie Bates, starring Jamie Foxx, Tommy Lee Jones, and Jenny Smollett. Uh, it's it takes place in 1995, where Willie E. Gary, an unconventional personal injury lawyer, um, with an impressive track record, helps bankrupt funeral homeowner Jeremiah Joseph, okay, played by um sue a large funeral home company, the Lauren Group, over dispute. Gary O'Malley won $500 million jury verdict, and the Lauren Group filed for bankruptcy. And this movie looks terrific. Of course, you got Jamie Foxx in it. He's always great. Tom Lee Jones is terrific. I think this could be interesting to see. I love a good courtroom based film, so this could be interesting. All right. We also got something called awareness. Living on the outskirts of society, a rebellious teen manipulates mind with his ability to generate visual illusions. When one of his cons go awry, he becomes the target of two rival organizations that want to exploit his powers. And this looks like be an interesting thrill ride to check out, so could be cool. All right. We got a couple documentaries here. One of which is called Silver Dollar Road, where members of a family fight to reclaim land that was unjustified, ripped from their ancestral embrace. That could be a treat to check out. So that could be cool. Now we got another one called Mr. Dress Up: The Magic of Make Believe, which is about iconic television show from Canada that impacted multiple generations on its on and its ongoing legacy. Now, this guy named Ernie Combs, I actually remember seeing he was pretty much was considered like the Canadian Mr. Rogers, and I was definitely feels like Mr. Rogers right there. And I saw the trailer for this. This was like a very interesting documentary. I mean, hey, of course we already had a Mr. Rogers documentary a couple years ago with Won't You Be My Neighbor, which if you guys never seen Won't You Be My Neighbor, you're missing out. That is one of the best documentaries of recent years. And this definitely has that feel to it. You know, it has interviews by the likes of Michael J. Fox, Eric McCormack. So I'm gonna check this one out. It looks really fascinating. Like, yeah. To be honest, unlike growing up watching Mister Rogers and stuff like that. I admit I never really had much recognition of Ernie Holmes or anything like that. But I always do love a good documentary, so could be interesting to see. All right, now we also got Anatomy of a Fall coming out, which is getting lots of Oscar buzz, and in it, Sandra, a German writer, is arrested for murder in France following her husband's death in the snow under the mysterious circumstances, having the couple's 11-year-old blind son as the only witness of her husband's death. Sandra tries to prove her innocence during the trial. It stars famed actress Sandra Huller, and the trailers for this have looked terrific too. I didn't really know too much about this movie beforehand, but did premiere at Sundance with some rave reviews. They're saying that Sandra Huller could possibly get her first ever Oscar, so this could be interesting. So, all right, we also got a movie coming out, a documentary here coming out called The Mission, about John Allen Joe, an American missionary, attempted to make contact with one of the world's most isolated and the needs his people. Joe was killed by arrows. The film explores his life and death. Levy Davis, a fellow student of Cho's historian, Adam Goodhart, professor, and the former missionary Dan Everett also appeared in the film. And this is actually supposed to be coming to National Geographic, so looks like an interesting documentary to check out. Looks pretty tense too, so could be a try. Alright, we also got a movie coming out called Impertus, which is coming to VOD. And this is actually one of the last movies that Tom Sizemore starred in. Police Detective Clayton Douglas is summoned to witness a mysterious Civil War veteran's outrageous deathbed confession at a remote hospital and may be forced to accept the existence of the supernatural. This also stars actor Lou Temple, and this looks terrible. I mean, Tom Sizemore has always been in some intriguing stuff. I mean, obviously, like True Romance, True Saving Private Ryan. Don't go way too soon. Really good actor there. But that aside, this I saw the trailer for this. This just does not look all that interesting at all. It just look like it is pretty much a home to video film. So yeah. All right. We also got something called The Lantern Image. A thriller writer finds his story coming to life when a mysterious drifter arrives at the door of his isolated cabin. That could be interesting. We got What Rhymes with Reasons, where tragedy sends a group of teens on a quest to find a legendary landmark hidden in the wilderness. Together, they navigate the adventure while confronting the darkness within themselves. It channels nostalgia like hits like The Goonies and The Breakfast Clubs. It also features a cast that includes Gaten Griffin from The Boys fame, Ricardo Hurtado from School of Rock fame, the Nickelodeon version that is, Giselle Torres from that Villain of Valley View on Disney Plus or Disney Channel, say, and also Bart Johnson, who you might remember as Zac Efron's dad from High School Musical. So got some interesting cast members in this. Looks intriguing. I mean, definitely feels like more grown up Disney film, so could be intriguing. All right, we also got something called Once Without Time, which is an Antarctic comedy told without words, a sensory feast to a fellow art and music. So yeah, this is supposed to have Mike Tyson in it, so that's interesting, I guess. We also got a sci-fi movie called Divinity coming out, which is set in an otherworldly human existence. Scientist Sterling Pierce dedicated his life to the quest for immortality, slowly creating the building blocks of a groundbreaking cereal named Divinity. Jackson Pierce, his son, now controls the manufacturers of his father's once benevolent dream. The cast includes Scott Bakula, Stephen Dorff, Bella Dorn, Moses Almaris, Kelly Cohen, Kunich Trent, and Jason Gennaro from All My Block fame. And the trailer is supposed to be black and white, and the trailer looks really intriguing. It's also set to it's actually supposed to be co-written by Steven Soderbergh, so that's interesting there too. So this could be interesting to see. All right, we also got tons of horror stuff coming out this week. First up, Dear David, former BuzzFeed employee Adam Ellis becomes haunted by the ghost of a boy possessed by demonic entity. Now, this is from the same director who directed that really terrific little horror musical Christmas film a couple years ago, Anna and the Apocalypse, which was terrific. This is actually based on an interesting story here. It's supposed to have like Justin Long, Augustus Prue, who was in Kick-Ass 2. So, and the show looks really creepy. Looks really interesting. Love a good ghost film. So, this could be intriguing. So, all right, we also got a movie coming out called Dark Harvest, directed by David Slade, best known for directing Twilight Saga Eclipse, 30 Days of Night, and Hard Candy. Featuring the likes of Casey Likes, who also plays Marty McFly on Back to the Future on Broadway. So, Back to the Future is on Broadway too, by the way. You also got Elizabeth Fraser from Twilight fame, Jeremy Davis, and about teens confront a legendary supernatural specter that emerges from the cornfields of a small Midwestern town every fall. And the trailer for this looks really cool. Looks creepy. This is actually a movie that's been in the pipeline for seems like forever. Glad it's finally coming out. So it looks really creepy too. So hopefully it could be true. All right, we also got a movie called In the Fire, which stars Amber Heard. This is pretty much Amber Heard's first film since the trial of her and Johnny Depp recent. Now, here was the film's about. A doctor travels to a remote plantation to care for a boy who has unexplainable abilities. And this has nothing to do with Amber Heard or anything like that. The trailer just looks terrible. I mean, this looks completely boring. Just does not really sit right. Like, yeah, I'm not all that interested in this one at all. And it has nothing to do with Amber Heard either. Because when I see a movie, I always try to see it as just its own thing, not what any of the actors did or anything like that. But this does not look all that good at all. I'm more interested in Aquaman Lost Kingdom than I am with this. So yeah, that says something. We also got the horror film called The Elderly coming out. Mental, sta- Manuel starts to display violent tendency after his wife suddenly kills herself. Soon, a series of paranormal events has a local elderly population behaving oddly, paired with a lust for blood. And this looks really creepy here, so that could be a jinxie. Oh, we also got a movie coming out called The Bellkeeper. A group of friends go to a campsite with a mysterious bell that summons a murderer if you ring it at midnight. Their plan to debunk the myth goes awry as they discover that the truth is stranger and far more frightening than fiction. It is led by Randy Couture, coming off of the mega flop that is Expendables 4. You also have like Bonnie Aarons, you might know as Valak from the Nun fame. You also got Cher's son Chaz Bono, so got some interesting cast members in this. This other trailer for this looks really fun. I mean, some of the kills look cool. Might be terrible because I like Randy Couture, but he's not always in the best stuff. So yeah, but hey, seeing Randy Couture going from an action film to a film where he's actually, being a serial killer, okay, sign me up right there. That could be a dream. All right, we also got 15 cameras, which is actually a follow up to um to 12 cameras. There was also like something called 14 cameras, and not bad little films by the way. Now in it, it's about a couple who buys a house from a slumlord tapes, infamous for hiding cameras and a psycho landlord. It's not as safe as they tell themselves. And the trailer for this looks really creepy here. I mean, the first two films were creepy itself, so it could be interesting to see where this one goes. All right, we also got Dangerous Waters, which is one of the last movies starring Ray Liotta. You also got Eric Dane from Euphoria fame, Odalia Rush, and Saffron Burrows. About a young woman, her new boyfriend, and her single mother uh, embark on a sailing adventure to to Bermuda. However, when criminals suddenly attack the boat, the pleasure trip turns into a desperate fight for survival and a quest for vengeance. And all due respect to Ray Liotta, R.I.P. Loved him and stuff like Goodfellas. This really don't look all that great at all. Like it just looks very generic. Looks pretty boring here. So yeah, I'll probably watch this to pay respect to Ray Liotta. But to be honest, yeah, the trailer itself just don't look all that great. All right, now some of the stuff on the TV side. On Netflix, we got Big Fake: The Rise and Fall of Jewel, and an electronic cigarette startup becomes a multi-billion-dollar company until an epidemic causes its success to go up in smoke. So yeah, obviously this is about stuff like pretty much about vaping, which obviously is very popular today. I don't vape at all. I don't smoke at all. So yeah, probably not. This obviously isn't for me, but hey, I do love a good documentary, so maybe I could check this one out. All right. We also got Frasier premiering on Paramount Plus, which stars Kelsey Grammer. And the series will take place in Boston, where Cheers on which the character Frasier was introduced was set, as opposed to Seattle. So of course the series follows Fraser in the next chapter of his life as he returns to Boston, Massachusetts, with new challenges to face, new relationships to forge, and an old dream or two to finally fulfill. Now, of course, the original Frasier was really interesting, so I'm intrigued to see where they're gonna take this new one to. You got Kelsey Grammer coming back, which is always a given, so could be a train. All right. We also got something on Netflix coming called Good Night World, where four miserable members of a dysfunctional household have no idea they form a happy family unit in an immersive VR game with each other. This is actually an anime series, so that actually does sound interesting. On Apple, we got Lessons in Chemistry, starring Brie Larson. Which, by speaking of the The Marvels tickets are on sale, so there's that. Now here, of course, you got Brie Larson, where like after being from her own lab, uh, um, Brie Larson's female scientist character, in the 1960s uses her job hosting a TV cooking show called Super S6. She would educate housewives on scientific topics. And I know lots of people who hate Brie Larson are not interested in this, but I think this looks terrific. You got Brie Larson who, hey, I think Brie Larson is great. I don't care what any like haters say. Brie Larson is awesome. So I'm definitely treat check someone else. So hopefully it can be interesting. Now we also got Billy the Kid coming season 2 coming to MGM Plus, so that's that. But we got lots of horror stuff coming to TV this week. We got the House of Usher from Mike Flanagan, where the CEO of a corrupt pharmaceutical company faces the questionable past when his children start dying in mysterious and brutal ways. You got the likes of Carla Gugino, Bruce Greenwood, Mary McDonnell, Lulu Wilson, Kate Siegel, Henry Thomas, Mark Hamill. I mean, talk about great cast here. It looks really intriguing, looks creepy, based on the story of Edgar Allan Poe. So, yeah, sign me up as a treat for this one. All right. Now, on Disney Plus, we got Goosebumps coming, where after accidentally releasing supernatural forces, 5 teenagers must find a way to work together and recapture them while discovering their parents' secret from their teenage years. And this this looks awesome. I mean, of course, this is based on a story by R.L. Stein. You got Justin Long in this, who's also in David too. So, pretty double dose of Justin Long. So there's that. But yeah, this looks like it could be really intriguing. Looks pretty fun to check out. A really interesting series to watch around Halloween time. So sign me up with this one. All right. We also got Creep Show season 4 coming to Shudder. So no word on what like the episodes are gonna be. So hey, I always love a good surprise. All right. We also got John Carpenter's Suburban Screams coming to Peacock. Where horror maestro John Carpenter, director behind stuff like the original Halloween, also Escape from New York. I mean, John Carpenter has made some terrific stuff before. Now, John Carpenter takes a stab at television and unearths the evil that lurks in the suburbs. This true horror series features detailed encounters with actual slashers, psychos, demons, and ghosts that terrorize the nation's neighborhood, as told by everyday people who survive them. That sounds terrific right there. I mean, these are literally gonna be the people who actually survived whatever happened here. So sign me up with this one. You got John Carpenter who's set to direct. I mean, he hasn't really directed. Speaking of Amber Heard, he hasn't really directed a movie since the 2010 film The Ward. So nice to see him, back to the director chair. I'm hoping maybe we could get to see him come back to do another directing film. But hey, he seems more like he's more occupied with his music, so that's cool. But yeah, John Carpenter is a living legend. Going away to stuff like Halloween, to the original Halloween, to Escape from New York, The Thing. He could do no wrong, so I'm all for this. But that is pretty much it there. Let me leave you guys. Which of these films or series are you interested in? Are you interested in seeing Taylor Swift on the big screen? Are you interested in Goosebumps, new season of Creep Show, of House of Usher? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy signing out.